Warning! Graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like watching pest control videos, then hello again and welcome to the Squirrel Hunter channel. Please continue and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. If you have any questions, can you please check the description below first to see if it's already been answered and for some useful links. Thank you.
We'll cut straight to the chase. It's Bro out on his own without me with his Air Arms S510. He'll be launching Barracuda Hunter Extremes in 177. He'll be at our favourite rat permission. This is a bit of this year's footage, as you'll see with the date.
Looking at this rat with the NS50, knocking it over cleanly. Over to the upturned trailer. We haven't been here for a while due to restrictions of weather, and there was a bit of a bird flu scare, so everything had to be locked up. We didn't actually have it here, but it was recommended by the agricultural agency. But all that's lifted now. We can get back on and get back after them, and as you can see, there's quite a few lurking about. We've been busy growing and breeding while we've not been here, unfortunately, so we'd best get and crack on and knock a few of them over. I didn't know Bro was going this night. First thing I saw was him on social media posting a few pictures. There's quite a few about, a lot of rat activity. There's some little eyes poking out there. See the IR bouncing off the retinas. Doesn't fancy a shot at those. This is always a good spot. Once you know whether to look for them, you keep going back there. I've seen him shoot quite a few in that location. Sometimes he forgets to press the record button till after he's shot the rat. See them bouncing around quite a bit. Difficult to see the head. Managed to smack that one. As per usual, he sprinkled a bit of bait around just to draw them out. Caught that one nicely stretching. You can usually smell the bait from under the sheds. A lot of them get in the sheds. My pet theory is the more dominant ones dominate the internal bowls that you can't shoot properly. Some of the smaller ones get outside. Having said that, these are quite large rats. He's picking them out quite nicely. He had a bit of a problem this evening. He was a bit late in being told he could come out. He had to query whether there was still any restrictions to get onto the farm. And consequently, he didn't charge his batteries properly. So it only ended up as a short session, more of a recce than anything. Hit the wire then. Didn't fail with that one though. Good solid impact into the top of the head. 177s do a lot of damage. Those Hunter Extremes, one of my favourite pellets. If they're accurate in your rifle, you should give them a go. Rev uses them a lot after the squirrels now. A better option than the polymag. And so he thinks anyway. Very similar result. Another one that was recorded after being shot. They all count though. It's the trouble with filming. Sometimes a bit difficult to get the order right. Hey Bro. The owner doesn't care about them being filmed, he's more interested in them being shot. Slip that one through the bars nicely there. The trouble when you shoot one, they all pretty much leg it. So it's probably better to catch ones and twos out and about. If you're lucky you can get two. Or just the one. Very often they'll stick their head back up, inviting a second shot. They are quite nosy, they feel very, very safe. Just the head poking out. That one's decided it's going to go back down. Good move, rat. So this is the sort of problem you get. Loads of them feeling safe. Which one do you shoot? You might as well pick the easiest shot. That'll do. And then dry fire. Unfortunately, there's a bit of a problem with Bro's rifle. It's reloaded now, obviously. It's another good reason why I use the rapid 17 shots big bottle, and you can't cycle it after it shot its last shot. No more dry fires. Unfortunately for me, my rapid is currently broken. Oh no, I hear you gasp. I am taking steps to get it fixed. It's got a leak. Until that's done, I can't really come out here. Not with that rifle anyway. Like I said, bro only had a short session. It would help if he managed to actually hit that one in the head instead of hit the post. Must have skimmed its head by the look of it. Didn't seem to be too worried, but you can see the back. Loads of activity there. So he comes home and posts all these photos on social media, so I know he's been out. Busily conversing with me, telling me that the activity's gone back up through the roof again because of our inactivity out there. We need to get back out there pretty quick and batter the numbers back down again. Quite a good size of rat these were, you can see. Pretty big targets, and all they do when they get that big is just breed into more rats. So we really need to get out here, get after them. No, there wasn't that many, still best part of a bucket full. It did give us some intel about the size and numbers of the rats. So I come out with him with the ATN spotters, or actually one of them. Brev's got the other one. And this was before it got dark, as the owner and his son shepherding the geese around. Quite brilliant to see just how well insulated the geese are. You can only see their eye really, as the owner's walking up there. I took this picture just to show you what I was looking at through the thermal on this bit now. You could just about make out the birds moving around. You can tell there's something there. It's a bit difficult to see the birds properly because they're so well insulated with their feathers. But not too bad, it's not even dark yet properly. I'm just playing with the thermal, waiting for the owner to go, waiting for the rats to get on the move. That's Bro coming from the shed where he's got a bit of feed out, just chucked it around. It's not on a gun or nothing, despite the crosshair. This is a good bit of footage. Then the back of the shed, you can see bottom left hand corner, bottom half of a rat. Stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? It's the first real proper in action go of the ATN I've had. I'm already liking it. And this is into one of the sheds. You can see the chickens glowing as I move around. You can see the rats appearing on the right hand side of the screen there, running around inside the back of the shed in the pitch black, even though it's not properly dark outside yet. So I'm itching to get going, and so's Bro. You can see them on the upturned trail already. Bro's been so kind to let me go on the good bits that he had to go on last time. He told me where he's seen them. He said the upturned trailer was an absolute hot spot. This is him going around all the less good bits. He's kind like that. He's fully charged up this time. All his batteries are okay. Same kit as last piece of video. Did he get that one? I'm not sure. I'll put his kit out first. I'll be doing a bit of messing around with the thermal. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, but again, battery life is a problem. Didn't bring enough batteries with me. I could only spot with it, it stopped recording. So that's something I'll have to investigate further as we're going forward. Initially I really liked it, but battery life is still a problem. I used it for a spotter for a while. I must admit to being very impressed. Hopefully you'll see more and more of them in future vids. I'm not sure if Bro misfired there, or dry fired even. A bit weird. Not sure what happened there. It obviously doesn't bother with the focus that much. There's no need to really. Once you can see the eye, you can see the crosshairs, that's all you need to do. This spot again. Once you've seen them in one place once, it's very often Good idea to come back, as I said before. And again, he's forgotten to press record until after he shot it. I have the same problem myself. Ever since I put that bead I got off my daughter on top of the record button, much easier to turn on, but it's also easy to knock on by accident. Not sure if he's got that one. Difficult sometimes to tell. Left the door open to the feed shed. He dug in pretty hard all the way around the fences. That'll do. Nice shooting there, bro. Well picked out. I do like a good headshot. It's all over for Mr. Rat. This one was caught out, feeding on some of the bait the bro put down. Nice and still. I cut out the commentary that he was giving to the owner while he was doing it. That's why it's suddenly gone quiet. Under this old vehicle here, I'd already shouted up to him that I'd spotted rats about. I could see them under the tyres. I'm way over to the left from where he stood. You can see the eye of the one rat on the right. So he's moved round to better location, got a little glare back. Makes the shot count. It's not the only time I did this for him this evening. Obviously we know where we're shooting. We only shoot in the direction we're supposed to, for safety reasons. But with the spotter I could spin that round and look any old where. Quite a few times I spotted rats in places and moved in on them. Much easier than wielding the rifle and using that to scan. This particular rat, I was interested to see the shot. I saw the aftermath myself when I came up this way. He'd already gone off into another part. I could see he'd gone. I thought he must have been busy. I think he must have got that through the neck, that one. It's all over for that rat though. Seems to do a lot of damage, those Hunter Extremes. Very good pellet. That's all you need really. Nice sat still rat. I think he got that one. And a dry fire, unfortunately. Trouble is, time it takes to load another mag, sometimes you don't get the second shot off. They've both disappeared now, them other two. Oh, what's this? Set of eyes sticking up. Just got to line up on it and then shoot the wire. Sometimes happens. No wire here though. Nicely picked there, bro. Straight in the top of the head. Helicopter tail tells the story. He's the one sticking his head out that hole in front of the feed shed. You see the crosshairs moving slowly over. Nicely taken there, bro. A few lame kicks. Helps himself out the hole. Whilst he was busy having a tea break by the car, I used the thermal to spot a rabbit way up the field and shouted to him to go and look for it. He got on film up to this point, then managed to press the record button a second time before he shot it. We did get it. Nice headshot. You'll see in the picture at the end. Over to me now, and I'm on the BSAR 10 because the rapid's broken, as I've already told you. I found some Terminators in my big box of tricks. I haven't used these for a while. I've come out with bro. Early evening, just so we could have a good look about. We haven't been there for a while together. We both wanted to have a look around and him show me where they were. I'm using the NS50, that's the same as his. I've upgraded the camera in mine. Some of you will already know. With what bro told me about this place and what the thermal spotters saw, I've decided to stake this place out. Some big old rats here, mind. They're quite a way back on the top of there. Only trouble is when they kick into that bit, they tend to drop into the back of the trailer through little holes. I'll say little holes, big rotten holes. Or they kick off the back edge of the trailer. They weren't so keen to stick their head out, these weren't. They are some pretty big rats. I'm alternating between using the thermal spotter and a little sigh of annoyance. Looking round me and leaving the gun pointing in that direction. I could have done with some sort of lanyard, which I think I've cracked now, just to hang around my neck to make it easier to use and shoot. You can see the little patches of bait. A little bit too slow on these, it's the trouble with filming. It sits back in there though. This is an unfortunate place to sit. That'll do. Good wallop there. It's a 2-2 H&N Terminator. They do a good job on squirrels as well, those do. The owner's still there in the distance talking to Bro. And I'm still scanning the top of the upturned trailer. And as you'll see, as the video goes on, it was quite a productive area actually in the end. I was moving around quite a bit, but I could have quite easily sat here. Probably got up more. They're not really settling on the food, but they are running in and out of there a lot. Focus on one rat and another runs in from the side. Got quite annoying in the end. But you've got to persevere. That's what we're here for. Keep seeing little glimpses. They're not sitting still. That piece of metal's real pain. Very difficult to get an accurate shot off. I was suffering from another little problem which I didn't realise what it was at the time. This will happen a few times. It's quite easy to do with the R10. You forget how many pellets you shot, shoot them all and you can dry fire. But on this occasion, it took me a while to work it out. But both magazines are suffering from a problem where they're not indexing all the way round. When you cock the rifle, they're allowing you to push the bolt back into the empty hole from the previous one, even though you've got 4 or 5 shots left. Very strange indeed. Maybe have to service them, or better still, let's just get the rapid back going again. Here's my rifle of choice. 17 shots per mag. And the fast flighting 177 pellets. Here's a good one. Did I get it or didn't I? That's the question. Looks like I missed, doesn't it? Nope, afraid not. Went straight to its head. So that's a 2-2 pellet at about 20 yards. I often hear a lot of talk about calibre choice, your preferred calibre. Little arguments that will run on social media. As far as I'm concerned, it's up to the person firing the rifle to know where the pellet's going to go. Helps if you cock the rifle, mind. There we go, let's have another go, shall we? Doesn't matter what size that pellet is. That shot is always going to knock that rat over, as long as it hits where you mean it to go, and that's down to you as a person. Whatever rifle you've got, you need to do the good work beforehand on your own skills and the setup of the rifle. No, the second shot on that one. Only shot it once. I too had a sausage fingered episode where I was turning the recorder on, then off, with all the wrong parts. When I thought it was off, it was on. More problems with the rifle not indexing. And I got no shot opportunity, so I took a shot anyway just to see. Not once did my mag run empty that night. There was always at least 2 or 3 shots left in it. I need to strip them down really. Hopefully I'll get the rapid back on service again before I come out this place again. Never mind. This'll do. There's another rat there, nose to nose. And the other one on the left is sat on top of the corpse of the other one. Nice shot. What's wrong with that shot though? When I get a bit of a pile, I go in there and pick them up with my grabber and put them in the bucket. But sometimes a dead rat left lying around, this causes the others to pause a bit. They'll often have a lick of the blood off the top of their head. That one's quite obliging and sticking his head out after his mate moved. I did have to go ruffle through there at the end of the night, pick up some of the ones I couldn't find. Quite pleased with the performance of the R10 when I actually did have a pellet up the spout. It's come and saved the day really, because I've got 2 broken rapids at the moment. I've got a broken stock and a leak on my 2.2 rapid, and the 177 rapid's got a leak. Never mind, enough of my woes. If you've got enough air rifles, it doesn't matter, does it? That one there was one I spotted with a thermal. I did wonder if I got it at first, and the blood started to flow through the hole. It's pretty obvious. Terminators did what they said on the tin and terminated the rat. I did have a little look for my collection of pellets. We're finding them all over the place, and now I've got my man cave project on the go. Starting to find all the bits and pieces I had dotted around, couldn't ever find when I wanted them. They're all finding a new home. All my pellets live in one spot now. As I find new ones, they go in the same spot. Dare I say it, I might even be organised by the end of this year. A bit of rubbish that'll have to get moved at the end of the day. They don't normally respond well to doing stuff on the night. You need them to get used to any movements. So it's pretty easy, isn't it? Another problem. Sometimes the rats will sit still long enough. This magazine's not indexing at all, so I've ripped it out in temper. Poke another magazine in it. If I can get it in quick enough, maybe the rat will hang around. Nope. Getting quite annoying now, isn't it? Like I said before, it's a magazine problem. Not sure if it's the same rat. Looks similar, doesn't it? Quite happy with that shot. We'll pan around left and you'll see that rat that Bro shot earlier just there. That's the first point I noticed he'd shot it. I hadn't been up that high up the field at that point. I could see he disappeared off for any other bit. Turn trader again, straight on shot. Cocking the rifle a bit slower now, hoping it's going to do something different. I must confess, never had a problem with the Theobald magazines. You see that spot there where I shot that rat in that hole? When I opened up the door to that place, I was greeted with ease after a while of waiting. Quite big rats mooching around. Next time I go, I'm going to put a bowl of food just there, try and waylay them. It's worth lingering after the shot. Look at that one, just popped out of nowhere. And that slinked down a hole. I couldn't get it out with my grabber, and I must confess I reached down there with my bare hands and grabbed it with a tail, believe it or not. Not something I would recommend. I could see it was dead. As dead as that one. And I washed my hands in some water and used the alcohol stuff we put on our hand afterwards for sterilisation. Could have just left it down a hole, I suppose. I wanted to try and clear up as many rats as possible. Put them on the bonfire for the owner to burn. That hole there in the shed, that's another rat was seen in there with a thermal. That's what I'm looking at it. This one ran along and stuck his head in the hole. Then he stuck his head back out of the hole. Did I get it or didn't I get it? Sounded like I hit something. You pretty much can only hit them in the head. Somewhere between the eye and the ear. Hello, what's that? Bit of a delayed reaction. The back leg kicking. I'm pretty sure I got it. I was expecting it to shoot out the hole. That's where I shot the other one a minute ago. That's the only one I bothered to take a picture of. It was wedged in there. You can see the mess the Terminator made. That's another one I spotted with the thermal. A bit made off before I had a chance to shoot it. Could do with someone spotting really and someone shooting. This'll do. Sit still. Try cocking the rifle. I'll knock that one straight into the hole. I managed to retrieve that with the grabbers. That was pretty much it for me that night. There's that rabbit bro had. My bucket's on the right and his is on the left. Quite a productive evening. There's our piles. We'll have to visit this place again real soon. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.